Hello everyone, my name is Stephen Derek Brown. I'm the head of institutional sales at VPS Securities, largest market share broker in Vietnam since April 2021. We have the honor this morning of having Mr. Alex Pham, who's the CIO of VinHomes, the largest listed real estate developer on the Ho Chi Minh Stock Exchange. Established in 2008 and listed on the HOSE in May 2018, VinHomes market cap is trading at around about 7.5 billion USD equivalent as at Q4 2024. Land bank wise, VinHomes is the largest clean land bank in Vietnam, approaching 20,000 hectares, and develops high value township scale residential projects Vietnam wide. Alex, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you, Stephen, for having me.
You've had a very illustrious career. You've got a PhD from the University of Western Sydney in Australia. You've worked in Australia for some of the largest real estate companies in Australia, and you've also got a very good experience in Vietnam at board level as well. Recently joined in 2024, Vingroup's VinHomes, exciting for you. And what we'll discuss today is obviously the gamut of projects on the books and the future developments that you've got penciled in.
Thank you very much for having me. So I guess VinHomes, as you correctly pointed out, that we are the largest property developer in Vietnam, and we're not just a normal developer, we're a township builder and community builder as well. So all of our developments really focus on the community, the needs, the demand of that community. Being residential, being school, hospitals, university, and eco-friendly transportation system as well. Project-wise, we have moved from just small developments, such as the Landmark 81, the highest tower
Small.
in Vietnam, or some of our CBD projects. We're now moving to a much grander scale developments, such as the Ocean Park City. That's what we call, across 1,200 hectares, including 3 components or 3 precincts. Ocean Park 1, which is already been developed, 99% occupied, mostly by owner-occupiers in Hanoi. We then moved to the second phase, which is Ocean Park 2 and Ocean Park 3, which we completed this year and handed over to our happy homeowners as well. The second recent project is our VN project located in Hai Phong. So it's a private islands that we have, not only the residential, but we also have the golf course. We have the Wonder Park, like amusement park for entertainments of our homeowners, and also we have the horse riding academy as well. So a lot of it is creating not just a living environment, but also for entertainments and relaxation of our residents as well.
And that's to an international standard, isn't it? Because the equestrian facility is on an Olympic event standard of finish and design. You've got also integrated entertainment areas at Ocean Park 2, Ocean Park 3, Ocean Park 1 has sand that's come from the beachfronts of Nha Trang.
Yes, we did, yeah. It was created by the idea of bringing the ocean to the middle of Hanoi. As you understand, people in Hanoi don't really have that opportunity to travel to a beach side location with sandy beach and white sand, and we got that idea bringing the ocean right into Hanoi, and people really enjoy it, and we love it personally as well.
Actually, my sons do. I live in Ocean Park 1, and my wife is from Nha Trang, so it was one of the first things she wanted to try was to walk around barefoot on her hometowns.
It's a special feeling, isn't it?
Mate, the other thing is, in recent times, you've also now started to collaborate with some of the world's largest real estate specialists. You've got, historically through the IPO, you've had sovereign wealth funds investing in your stock. And then at the project level, property developers such as Nomura Real Estate, Mitsubishi, Samtiland, and for the new project in Ocean Park 1, you've got all of those combined. You've got Mitsubishi, Nomura Real Estate, and Capital Land for a mega project of 3 37-story towers. So I think you're probably unique in Vietnam, able to do this and to attract such high quality investors. So tell us how you do it.
Thank you. Yes, we are very fortunate to be able to be backed by large names in the industry. From capital funds, we're being backed by sovereign wealth funds and a lot of larger funds globally as well. On the project development level, because we're a master developer, we bring in a lot of sub-developers wanting to develop their own projects in Vietnam, but they don't want to deal with the nitty-gritty of getting the land and getting all the paperwork. So we are the master planner. We clean the land, we do the infrastructure developments, and we hand over the development sites clean to these sub-developers who will jointly with us building this township.
And that's quite important for anywhere, including Vietnam, to have cleared land with the land use rights certificate ready to go for a specific build, whether it be for a shopping center, whether it be for a school within the master planned area, a hospital or what have you. And you've done that pretty much already. So now the developers, the real estate companies that you collaborate with, they can come in almost in a uniquely positioned, advantageous way, can't they?
Yeah, it's a win-win situation for both of us. For the offshore developers, they get a local partner who help them with the complex process of getting the land certificates, and also we also help them with the developments as well, because we have our VinCons, our construction arm.
I was about to mention VinCons because as a wholly owned subsidiary of Vin Group, that's also
VinHomes.
Of VinHomes, sorry, yes, you know, that's a very important component. So you can pretty well guarantee efficient construction of what you've been approved to build.
Most definitely. VinCons has a lot of experience building for VinHomes projects, and then now bringing that experience to help our sub-developers as well. And not just only the construction and the paperwork, but also the sales and marketing afterwards, and also the post-sales as well. We have our property management team always ready to help with these developments as well. I guess one thing to point out is that not only we're helping them, but they're also helping us to provide variety of different products for our homeowners as well. Typically, the combination is around 30 to 50% goes to the sub-developers, whereas the remaining is developed by our own VinHomes brand. And it gives our home buyers a variety of choices, whereas they can have a mid-end product all the way to high-end, to luxury, to ultra-luxury being provided by these developers as well.
So to expand on that, you're talking about the price point offerings within VinHomes, where you've got Sapphire, you've got Ruby, and then you've also got the diamond ones to come. And then the partners that you've got include the likes of the iconic Ho Chi Minh City and Hanoi specialist Masterize, and then now also Capital Land with the Scenic.
Exactly. So they help us to reach out to a larger audience, a larger home buyers, including not only the very wealthy families, but also foreign owners, foreign buyers as well. Whereas on the other hand, we are working with the mass market all the way from mid-end to high-end, and we are also launching our affordable segment as well, which is Happy Homes.
Yes. Expand on that one.
So Happy Home is our sort of mid to more affordable ends of the market, which allow for entry-level apartments for the young families.
To get onto the property ladder. So
exactly.
What are we talking about in, say, V&D terms for an entry-level happy homes?
So for entry-level apartments in Vietnam, you're looking at anything below 3 billion to 2 billion Vietnam dong. So those are the type of projects that help a lot of the younger families to get into the markets in Vietnam.
And they're all through the mortgage entry system as well. You partner with pretty well all of the tier 1 banks, many of the tier 2s, and even foreign banks as well on your projects for those home buyers, don't you? Business model wise, you have a combination of diverse sales channels, combination of collaboration with other iconic local and international real estate developers. You also specialize in, with your master plan projects, bulk sales, institutional sales. Can you expand on how that part of the business operates?
Yeah, so we do have a combination of institutional sales and retail sales as well. So institutional sales are development site being sold to sub-developers like Mitsubishi and Samty and CapitaLand. The benefit of it is it brings forward our cash collection. So for the bulk sales, we usually get our cash within 12 months from our partners. And also it helps to diversify our income sources as well. So usually in market conditions where the retail sales are a little bit slow, we usually have a strong backup of institutional sales. And the other way around, when the retail market is performing a lot better, then we'll redirect a lot of our stock into the retail market, capturing that growth. But overall, having the mix of institutional sales and retail sales help us to smooth out our income throughout the different cycles of the real estate markets.
Staying on the real estate market and sales for a moment, digital sales, real estate brokers, you don't have a in-house nationwide real estate agency chain because it's not really your scope of business, you know. But would you look at acquiring a real estate brokerage for vertical integration, perhaps, or is
it's not in our immediate plan at the moment. However, we utilize a number of different channels, distribution channels, including online and offline distributions to our customers as well. For the offline channels, we have both the internal sales and we also have external sales as well, drawing in the external real estate agents around the country.
And corporate finance-wise, if we now look at some of the developments there, do you have a plan for any new bond offerings locally or on the international market? And if so, when and the tenor of the bonds?
Yeah. So we, as a responsible company, we continue to optimize our capital structure, including a mix of debt and equity. And we constantly looking out and also refinancing our debt to get to a much cheaper debt level. So we're always open, we're always on the market to take that opportunities if we could lower our interest rates by refinancing our debts. I guess being the largest developer in Vietnam with a very fine and conservative financial stand, the banks have no issue with our loans. So most of the loans that are coming to term has been or will be spoken to. And we've never really had any problem raising our debts at the moment. But we do want to keep our debt ceiling at a very comfortable level. At the moment, the debt to equity ratio is only 24%, which is significantly lower than the average for a typical developer in Vietnam or in Southeast Asia.
And your PE multiple is far lower than some of your rivals in the listed landscape of real estate sector stocks in Vietnam. You've also got a very attractive price to book ratio as well. if we look at other parts of the ecosystem, it's quite unique in how you can have the EV bus transportation system from, say, Ocean Park 1, 2 and 3 into the heart of old established Hanoi Central. You've got recharging stations for vehicles from the motorcycles up to the VF9s throughout the projects, and even at the university, at Vin University as well, you've got charging stations. How do you factor in, say, the incentives for the VinFast part of the business into the apartment and landed villa sales?
Yeah, I mean, all of these initiatives are part of our sustainable developments and our commitment to the Vietnam's government net zero initiatives or targets. And as a result, we are encouraging a lot of our residents to transition from the traditional way of mobility to a much greener way of mobility and a lot more sustainable way of moving as well. And part of it is implementing charging stations, encouraging electric vehicles within our developments. Not only the cars, but also the green buses as well. And our residents love it because with these green vehicles, it's creating a lot of very nice environment, so we don't have a lot of smoke coming out of the older cars, and our residents really love it. I mean, VinFast is an important part of the ecosystem of Vingroup. And VinFast is bringing a lot of benefits to our residents as well, being that it helps a lot of people will get to know about VinHomes through the massive network of VinFast. And not just VinFast, VinHomes is also benefiting from the ecosystem of Vingroup as a whole. It's the schools, at the hospital, at the university, and also VinPearl with their hospitality business as well. So that's sort of the strength that VinHomes has always had, and with the addition of VinFast within the ecosystem, I do believe that this is a strength that will help VinHomes even more in the future.
Now, talking about that ecosystem, say if we use as a case study Ocean Park 1, the university's already now established. It started welcoming in students around 2020, 2021 academic year. July this year, they had their graduation ceremony, first one. They also have now got the 2024, 2025 plan for launching the College of Business and Management's MBA program. So they're encouraging more people to move closer to that area for student accommodation and for parents who want their children to go to, say, Brighton College or the Vin School system there. The ability for additional schools, our company, we've seen and fielded interest from colleges as far afield as Oxford in England, who are highly interested in the iconic Ocean Park 1 and 2 and 3 being close to the city centre. Do you have also, from your side, any, say, school interests from the Asian school systems, from whether it be Korea or Taiwan or Japan? I would imagine that there would be, or even Singaporean, I would imagine that you'd also probably be fielding calls in that regard as well through your colleagues who work through the Vin education area.
Yeah, I mean, being a master developer, we always welcome partners who can come to our ecosystem and provide that amenities for our residents. And in terms of school, not only we have our Vin schools within our developments, but also external schools as well from the UK, from Korea. We've got a very strong partner coming from Korea as well, bringing in their K-12 education system to our development, and that's a great help to boost the desirability of our developments as well.
Now, when they develop all of those, they also will use mostly the services of the wholly owned subsidiary of VinHomes, which is VinCons, and that contributes quite a substantive amount of revenue. Looking at your numbers, I saw 27% or so of total revenue in the first half of this calendar year, which is, it certainly puts a footing underneath your revenue. You've got there again quite a unique selling proposition, because most of the other listed real estate companies that are in your space, they need to knock on someone else's door to be their general contractor and everything else, and the certainty of delivery on time of your projects, from sourcing all the materials to constructing it to handing the keys over to the homeowner to be, or landed villa owner to be, I think adds a sense of competitive advantage that VinHomes can bring to the potential land, property, condominium buyer, and even for the shareholder as well.
Most definitely, VinCons is an important part of VinHomes as well. Not only VinCons help to provide that speed to the market for us, and also controlling our quality of the products that we deliver to our residents. But VinCons is also there to help our partners, our sub-developers, to build their projects to the very high quality standards that they like and that meet our standards as well. And last but not least, it is an important source of income that VinHomes is driving to diversify our income streams as well.
Now, at the government and the macro level, State Bank of Vietnam has been very expert in controlling the value of the VND this year, while we've seen some currencies like the Japanese yen and so on have some rather large volatility with what's been going on with the Fed Reserve in the States. Credit growth wise, which helps the enhancement for home acquisition, as of mid-September, it was at around about 7.38%, which is up from about 5.5% same time last year. So I think the levers that the SBV is pulling are also conducive to when you launch your projects and apartments, that the availability of credit for people who want to open a shop house in one of your master plan projects, or apply for a mortgage, the serviceability and capacity for that is also kind of heading into the sweet spot as well at this juncture. So I think to conclude, we'll just get your take on, therefore, where you see next year's macro outlook, because you are the PhD. Where do you think?
I think it's going to be a lot more positive compared to this year and also a year ago on two fronts. So number one is on the fiscal policies. The governments, and particularly this government, is very proactive, promoting businesses and also pushing ahead with infrastructure development. If you follow the news, there's a lot of new developments about the bullet trains in Vietnam, new roads being announced almost on a weekly basis, airports, ports. So a lot of these infrastructure investments not only will help to boost GDP, but also open up markets for us as well as a real estate developer. We'll be able to access, and also our home buyers will be able to access much larger marketplaces for new homes building. So that's number one. And number two is on the monetary front. The state bank and the governments have been doing a great job maintaining very low base interest rate environments, which helped a lot of our home buyers being able to afford and being able to purchase apartments. As you pointed out, interest rates are now at a very low level. Lending rates at the moment could be as low as 6% or even 5% in some banks, and this is very encouraging to a lot of our home buyers.
And with corporate governance, I wear a hat with the Vietnam Independent Directors Association. We have quite a high regard for companies that are also looking at rewarding their employees through ESOP. Many listed companies offer ESOP. At the moment, what's the structure looking for future ESOP potential for VinHomes?
As we speak, we haven't announced any plan yet, and we'll be announcing a plan as we if we consider appropriate. However, having said that, our employees enjoy fair pay. Also, we have a very high participation of women in our business as well. We encourage local residents and local people within the area of our developments to participate in the workforce of our developments as well.
Well, that's what I was thinking, because with, say, VinCons, you know, the stickiness of the workforce would be, I think, dramatically enhanced if they can feel part ownership of the story that's VinCons and then the broader VinHomes enterprise. You know, so I would encourage the board and your founder to contemplate that. I think it would be a great thing to see, and you'd have several thousand more shareholders all eager to see, you know, VinHomes be a success, and I think it would be a wonderful thing. So, Alex, it's been a pleasure speaking to you today with VPS Securities and the buyback. Every success on that, and for a very successful 2025 with the projects you've got going, and for the influx of new partners and new schools from all around the world wanting to join the Ocean Park townships that you've got, and elsewhere, of course.
Thank you very much, and thank you for having me.
Steve Brown from VPS Securities. Have a good day.